guys, it's Stock Curry, and in today's video I'm going to explain why the markets moved the way they did on Tuesday, going from up 2% to closing down 0.5%, what trades I made to take advantage of it, and what news you need to know that can move the markets on Wednesday. So let's get into it! Alright, let's start by talking about the Consumer Price Index, or CPI data, that came out Tuesday morning, because this is what kickstarted Tuesday's wild volatility in the markets. CPI came in at 8.5%, which was higher than the 8.4% that was expected. So you might think that the stock market would have started out by dropping about an hour before the markets opened, but that's not what happened. In fact, about an hour before the markets opened, the stock market absolutely skyrocketed. So why? Well, two reasons. First of all, this was kind of a sigh of relief. People were expecting 8.4%, we came in at 8.5%, this is expected to be the highest inflation we get, with everything else going down from here. So people were like, okay, great, we got it, we're through it, now we can move on. Now, that was part of it, but a bigger reason is because the core CPI is the CPI minus food and energy. Essentially what the Fed is trying to do is they're trying to come up with some number that will exclude some external factors, some external geopolitical factors such as war. And so as wheat prices and as oil prices have gone up due to the Ukraine war and other geopolitical factors, if we just exclude those and focus on the inflation that is mostly due to things that happen within the United States, this core CPI, that number was expected to go up by 0.5% month over month, meaning a 0.5% increase in March over what it was in February. However, as it turned out, that core CPI number actually only came in up 0.3% month over month. So we were expecting 0.5%, it only rose 0.3%, so that was really good news because it means most of the inflation was due to outside geopolitical factors that should correct themselves once the war is over. And that is why the markets initially skyrocketed at 8:30 a.m., about an hour before the markets opened. Now, when the markets initially did that major rise, people started panicking in the Discord. And the reason everybody was panicking in the Discord is because we were holding some QQQ puts and some SPY puts, and the pre-markets were up 2%. Now, at first, it took me a little bit of time to do some research and kind of figure out what was going on, and luckily I had time because this was about an hour before the markets opened, and you can't trade options pre-market. And by the time I finally got it figured out, I realized that I was going to hold and I was not going to sell my QQQ or SPY put options. And initially, it looked like that was the right decision. The market started going back down. In fact, they opened up a little over 1%. And then during the first 10 minutes of trading, the markets just continued to go down and down and down. But then they turned around, they rose back up, and the NASDAQ got up 2% once again during regular trading hours. Now, this scared people in the Discord even more because as the market was going up, we saw our put options decline and decline and decline and decline in value. I mean, at one point during the day, my put options were actually negative after being up over 100% yesterday. So a lot of people were panicked. However, I was not, and I want to explain why we held, why we didn't sell in the morning as the market was running up. And the reason had everything to do with the technicals. Now, if you take a look at the daily chart here, you can see how the NASDAQ was still downfall. It was still trending downward. It was still bearish. The MACD and RSI were still bearish. Everything about this on the daily chart was still bearish. And honestly, we had a gap to fill all the way up to this little orange line here on the chart. So I really wasn't concerned about the NASDAQ rising intraday because I knew we had a gap to fill. Now, what happens when you have a gap in the candlesticks is very often that gap will fill before continuing its downward trend. So I figured that we would just rise up, fill the gap, and then continue downward. And if we go back to the 5-minute chart here, you can see that's pretty much exactly what happened. We rose up, filled the gap, and then from that point onward, the NASDAQ just dropped throughout the rest of the day. Now, why would the markets drop if the CPI inflation data was good? That doesn't really make sense. Well, you have to go a little bit longer term for this to kind of make sense. On technical analysis, when you have a stock, or in this case an ETF or an index that is dropping in price, it will normally not bounce until it gets to some sort of prior support level. And when I drew my support levels, which are the orange lines here on this daily chart, as well as the white lines, which are the Fibonacci retracement levels, I saw that on Monday, we did not yet reach that support level. So I felt in my heart that we were going to continue to drop and hit a support level before we turned around and went back up. So that is what my technical analysis showed, is we had to continue dropping. We had to get down to a support level before we actually bottomed out and started going back up again. So that's why I held the put options, and I just encouraged everybody in the Discord to be patient and wait. Now, I didn't know if this was going to happen on Tuesday or if we were going to have to wait till Wednesday or Thursday, but I really felt like this was going to drop down to the support level. And as you can see here on the daily chart, we hit the 23.6% Fibonacci retracement level. Now, going back to the 5-minute chart again, you can see that as soon as we hit that, we bounced and went back up. And so right as we were approaching that, as we were dropping into about to hit that 23.6% Fibonacci retracement level, that is when I sent out an urgent alert in the VIP Discord, and I said, I am getting ready to sell my SPY and QQQ put options, and I will be selling them within minutes. A few minutes later, I placed the orders, they filled, and then I alerted those fills on Twitter. The end result is that I perfectly timed the bottom on the SPY and QQQ, which are NASDAQ and S&P 500 ETFs. We perfectly timed the market bottom today. Now, that is rare. It doesn't always happen, but in this particular case, it worked out because of the technical analysis that I had done. And boy, oh boy, were people in the VIP Discord happy that they held. I ended up selling the SPY put options for a 148% profit. I ended up selling the QQQ put options for a 167% profit. Now, of course, I had alerted in the VIP Discord on Monday that if you were risk adverse, it might be a good idea to go ahead and sell and take profits on Monday, and most people did. However, there were a few people who held out with me, and I just want to highlight them real fast. The Magic Man made a 107% profit on their QQQ put option. Soren Stocks made an 87% profit on their QQQ put options. Producer Wes made a $372 profit on a day trade on a QQQ put option. Wadewords made a $424 profit on their QQQ put option and a $121 profit on their SPY put option. My Own 21 made a 126% profit on their QQQ put option and a 133% profit on their SPY put option. ZC3000 made over 40% in just 1 hour on a day trade on a QQQ put. Gixxer made a 107% profit on their QQQ put option. Big John made a $916 profit on their QQQ put option. Exhomo made almost $3,000 on their QQQ and SPY put options. And PR Rafa made 92% on their Twitter put option. I'll talk about the Twitter put options in just one moment. But first, I just wanted to let you know that if you want to get in on these trades and make these kinds of profits with us, then come join us at the VIP Discord where we are making money day and night. You can sign up for the VIP Discord at stockcurry.vip/getvip. That's stockcurry.vip/getvip. All right, so I talked about the fact that I sold my SPY and QQQ put options. So now the question is, what's going to happen on Wednesday? Well, technically, it looks like we're going to bounce. It looks like we're going to go up. We've now hit a double bottom here at this support level, and now it looks like we're going to start rising on both the SPY and QQQ going into Wednesday and Thursday. The aftermarket was already up more than the initial drop during the day, and the futures are up as well. I think futures traders have got it right that we are going to see a rebound. Now, the one caveat to this is that we do have earnings coming out on Wednesday, with JP Morgan on Wednesday being the biggest one. And this is going to change everything. We have no idea what's going to happen because of earnings. We could see earnings come out and they're great and the stock market rises like we think it will, like the technicals are pointing to, or earnings could come out, change everything, and we could see the stock market absolutely crash. So just keep in mind that earnings season kicks off on Wednesday. So that is the big news you need to watch out for on Wednesday, is what will earnings come out at on Wednesday before the markets open, because that is what's going to determine how the markets are going to trade on Wednesday. Even though the technicals are bullish, earnings could change everything. And then of course we have more bank earnings on Thursday that you need to watch out for as well. And finally, I just want to remind you that the markets are closed on Friday, so there is no trading on Friday. We have a short 4-day week this week, so Thursday is the last trading day this week. All right, the last thing I want to leave you with is a little bit of Twitter analysis. TWTR is a stock that I also have put options on that I have not sold yet. And the reason is we have a massive gap to fill all the way down to $41. Now, personally, I'm doing a $42 take profit price. I do believe it'll get down to $41. I'm just not sure if it's going to happen this week or not, because we do have some support levels at around $42. So for me, once Twitter hits $42, I'm going to sell my put options. And by the way, if you're curious, I'm currently up over 218% on my Twitter put option. Again, if you want to make money like this, then come join us at the VIP Discord so that you can get in on these trades. Again, you can sign up at stockcurry.vip/getvip. Alright, I hope you enjoyed this video and got a lot out of it. Comment down below how you think earnings are going to go on Wednesday and Thursday. And I also wanted to remind you that Webull is currently offering their best promotion ever with up to 5 free stocks worth up to $9,600. That's right, all you have to do is sign up using my link in the description below and deposit just $1, and Webull's going to send you 5 free stocks worth up to $9,600. By the way, they also offer cryptocurrencies trading in New York now, so if you're a New York resident, you can trade crypto on Webull, and you also get $5 in free crypto when you make your first crypto trade. Now, if you're not a US resident and you want to get in on these options trades with us, I want to remind you that Interactive Brokers offers options trading throughout the world, including in the UK. I do have a link for Interactive Brokers down in the description of this video as well, and also if you are not a US resident and you're just looking for a cheaper broker trying to save some money on trades, Interactive Brokers has the lowest commissions of almost anybody I know. Trades start at just $1 US, $1 Canadian dollar, 4 euros, or 6 Australian dollars, depending upon where you live. Now, I do want to remind you that I have material connections with both of these brokers, so whenever you sign up for either one, not only are you getting a great broker to trade with, you're also helping me to continue to produce these great videos for you. Now, finally, I just want to remind you to hit that like button, subscribe, and click the bell icon and click all so that you can get notified when I release my next video. I hope you have a lot of success trading, and I will see you tomorrow.